Assalamu alaikum dear students. In yesterday's lecture we had done the question answers of unit number 1 and I hope so that you are having good understanding of the lecture. But if you find any kind of difficulty, you can inform me by sending feedback and I shall wait for your feedback. Today we shall start the grammar section of the exercise. Here we are given two kinds of nouns, concrete nouns and abstract nouns. Concrete nouns refer to concrete things. They are also called material nouns. They are the name of those things which have physical existence, which can be perceived by our senses, which can be seen, which can be touched. The example here given is, the revenge of the father cannot be taken on his son. Father and son both are concrete nouns. Both have physical existence. Both can be seen. So, they are material or concrete nouns. The second kind of noun given to us is abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are those nouns which have no physical existence, which cannot be perceived by any of our senses, which cannot be seen, which cannot be touched, which are the name of some idea, which are the name of some quality, or which are the name of some state. In the example given, he decided their case with equity and justice. Equity and justice both are the names of some qualities. So both are abstract nouns, as these qualities cannot be seen. Here we are given question A. Identify whether each underlined word is a concrete and abstract noun. So we have to find out whether the given noun is concrete or abstract. In sentence A, sentence number 1, she puts in much effort into her studies as she wants to score good marks. The underlined words are effort and studies. Effort is the name of a quality. This is abstract noun. Studies is the noun which cannot be seen. So this is also an abstract noun. In sentence number 2, they recommended him for his justice and truthfulness. Justice and truthfulness are the names of qualities. So both are abstract nouns. In sentence number 3, keep the balls in that basket. Balls have physical existence. They can be seen. Basket is also concrete. So balls and basket are concrete nouns. Sentence number 4, the dishonest trader is losing the trust of his customers. Dishonest trader. Trader is a concrete noun. Trust is an abstract noun. Customers is also a concrete noun. Sentence number 5, he did not take good care of his pet. Care is an abstract noun because it is the name of some quality, and pet is a concrete noun because it has physical existence. In question B, we are asked to choose whether each sentence needs an indefinite article a or an, a definite article the, or no article. So we are asked to put where a is needed, to put where an is needed, and to put where the is needed. And there are also certain sentences where no article is needed. Sentence number 1, he asked me dash very hard question. He asked me a very hard question. Dash question that he asked me, dash question that he asked me was easy. Here question is specified, So we shall put the before the question. The question that he asked me was easy. Have you seen dash my scarf? Here no article is needed. Have you seen my scarf? No article at all. Could you please pass me dash salt? Salt is needed here. A specified thing is needed here. So we shall put the here. Could you please pass me the salt? Is there dash restaurant around here? Is there a good restaurant around here? Dash restaurant that my friend owns is very good. Here the restaurant is specified, so we shall put the before restaurant. The restaurant that my friend owns is very good. I have several good friends. No article is needed here. A, an or the, no article is needed here. I have several good friends. Dash UAE is a beautiful country. UAE is an abbreviation, and abbreviations always carry the before them. So the correct sentence is the UAE is a beautiful country. Sentence number 9. I will see you in dash week. I will see you in a week. Sentence number 10. I am on dash vacation until Monday. I am on vacation until Monday. No article is needed here. Keep in your mind that a or an are called indefinite articles and the is called definite article. Here is a very clear image of question B. Now I am going to repeat the addition of articles here. He asked me a very hard question. The question he asked me was easy. Have you seen my scarf? Could you please pass me the salt? Is there a good restaurant around here? The restaurant that my friend owns is very good. I have several good friends. The UAE is a beautiful country. I will see you in a week. I am on vacation until Monday. Now the next segment on your book is noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of words. Noun phrase क्या होता है? अल्फाज का एक ऐसा मजमुआ that does the work of a noun, जो कि noun का काम करता है. It works as a noun. So if the word is single, it is a noun. But if the noun carries a modifier with it, it becomes a noun phrase. And its function in the sentence is to work as a noun. The example given here is as a young trader. Trader is a noun. A young is a modifier. So this is a noun phrase. He earned the good reputation of being an honest, fair and just businessman. Man is a noun. Honest, fair and just, these are modifiers. So this is also noun phrase. In question C, we are asked to underline the noun phrases in the following sentences. Sentence number 1. There is an old-fashioned hat. Hat is a noun. Old-fashioned is modifier. So we have to underline old-fashioned hat, and this is noun phrase. In the sentence number 2, we discovered Fahad's plans. Fahad's plans must be underlined because it is a noun phrase. A rolling stone gathers no moss. A rolling stone is a noun phrase, so this part of the sentence must be underlined. The recent flood caused heavy damage. The recent flood is a noun phrase. Underline it. Caused heavy damage. Heavy damage is also a noun phrase. Please underline this also. So in sentence number 4, we have two noun phrases. The first is the recent flood. The second is heavy damage. Sentence number 5. An oral presentation can be interesting. An oral presentation is noun phrase. So underline this part of the sentence. An oral presentation. So let us have a recap. In the very first sentence, old-fashioned hat. In the second sentence, Fahad's plans. In the third sentence, Rolling Stone. In sentence number 4, the recent flood, heavy damage. And in sentence number 5, an oral presentation. These are all noun phrases in the given sentences, so please underline them. The next is past indefinite and past continuous tenses. Fill in each blank with past indefinite, past continuous tense of the verb in the brackets. We have to past indefinite where needed. We have to put past continuous where it is needed. The sentences are dual and all the sentences contain when. So when two sentences are joined by when, we have to correct them with the use of past indefinite in one part and past continuous tense in the second part. In sentence number 1, with dash you do when I dash call you last night. What were you doing when I called you last night? In sentence number 2, I sit in the cafe when you call me. Fill in the blanks. I was sitting in the cafe when you called me. In sentence 3, when you arrived at the bus stand, who was there? Listen again. When you arrived at the bus stand, who was there? Sentence number 4, Shamsa was watching a film. Shamsa was watching a film when she heard the noise. Was watching a film, past continuous. Heard the noise, past indefinite. Sentence number 5, we were playing tennis when Javed hurted his ankle. We were playing tennis, past continuous. When Javed hurted his ankle, past indefinite. Here, the exercise of unit number 1 is completed. We are not required to do the oral communication skills and the writing skills. Dear students, we shall start doing B paper from today. The image given at your screen is data of paragraphs. There are given 40 paragraphs in your PGB and we have to learn to translate all of them because only one paragraph would be given in your paper. It would be of 8 marks and there is no choice in this question. Let us start translating the passage into English. Before translating the passage into English, we have to learn the nature of each sentence, whether the sentence is simple, whether the sentence is interrogative, or it is an imperative sentence, or it is an optative sentence, or it is an exclamatory sentence, or it is an interrogative sentence. We should also keep in mind The clear understanding of subject, verb and object in each sentence. We shall also have a clear understanding of the tense of the sentence, whether present indefinite tense is used or past indefinite or future indefinite or present continuous or past continuous tense, which tense is used in the sentence, because the translation of the sentence is done according to that specific tense. So let us start the very first paragraph. मेरे घर के सामने एक बाग है. Simple sentence started with the use of demonstrative pronoun. There is a garden in front of my house. इसमें बहुत से पौधे और दरख्त हैं. There are many plants and trees in it. और it has many plants and trees. बहार के मौसम में कई रंग के फूल खिलते हैं. Present indefinite tense. Multicolored flowers or flowers of many colors bloom in the spring season. इनकी खुशबू इर्द गिर्द फैल जाती है. Their fragrance spreads all around. और their fragrance spreads everywhere. शाम को बाग आदमियों, औरतों और बच्चों से भर जाता है. लोग इधर उधर फिरते हैं और लुत्फ उठाते हैं. हर सेंटेंस के आखिर में आ रहा है ता है, ते हैं, ते हैं. और ये तीनों सेंटेंसेस जो हैं ये प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस में दिए गए हैं, जिसमें हम वर्ब की फर्स्ट फॉर्म यूज़ करते हैं. और अगर हमारा सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर हो तो हम एस या एस का एडिशन करते हैं वर्ब की फर्स्ट फॉर्म के साथ. शाम को बाग आदमियों और औरतों और बच्चों से भर जाता है. द गार्डन इज़ क्राउडेड. यहाँ पे आपने ये नहीं करना द गार्डन इज़ फिल्ड. द गार्डन इज़ क्राउडेड विद men, women and children in the evening. लोग इधर उधर फिरते हैं. People wander about. Wander WANDER. Wander about. इधर उधर फिरना. और लुत्फ उठाते हैं and enjoy themselves. The garden is crowded with men, women and children in the evening. People wander about and enjoy themselves. Enjoy वो वर्ब है जिसके साथ रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रोनाउन लगाते हैं. बच्चे बाग में दौड़ते हैं. प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस. चिल्ड्रन रन अबाउट इन द गार्डन. अब वो यहाँ है और दूसरे लम्हे बाग के दूसरे कोने में हैं. नाउ और एट दिस टाइम दे आर हियर and in the next moment they are in an other corner of the garden. हर शाम मैं भी बाग में सैर के लिए जाता हूँ. I also go for a walk in the garden each evening. I also go for a walk in the garden each evening. बहुत से माली बाग की देखभाल करते हैं. Many gardeners look after the garden. Many gardeners look after the garden. Please write it down on your notebooks. Translate the paragraph and ask if you find any difficulty. You can use the vocabulary given at the end of the paragraph. And keep in your mind that the whole of the paragraph is in present simple tense or present indefinite tense.